But autographs was a big deal because I just, from a young age, I don't know whether it was because of like a bit of luck, a bit of serendipity, or whether it was just because I knew so many people, so many Z-listers from watching all these B movies, but I always saw someone. Everywhere
Right.
I went, if I went to a gig, if I went to a football match, if I went to, anything, I would see someone. It's like this is an example. I went to see Fraley's Comet in Hammersmith Odeon, and I met Sean Hudson, the horror writer.
Nice.
And that's like, what? He's like, that's so random. Like, I went to the Metal Hammer Christmas party in the Astoria, which was Tiger Dale's last teenage idol, Solar Roses. I met Brian May and Anita Dobson walking
Quality.
down the street afterwards. And it was just that all the time. So
Does
when I
it
was
keep your eyes open, mate? People
yeah,
are about.
when I was 16, I'd met Tony Iommi, Brian May. It's just wild. It was just wild. But it was strange because the very first time I asked for an autograph, Ray Reardon, snooker player, I said, "Can I have your autograph, please?" He said, "No." Wanker. So he should have put me off for life. But it was just like, I got autographs. I can get these autographs. And it was like, but what am I going to get signed? Scrap of paper. So I was like, I went through a phase of, I'm going to get vintage stuff signed. So then it was like vintage movie posters. And then it's like, how many awards have you got? I don't know. I'm scared to even count how many posters I got.
Mate,
I started doing it actually. Oh, it's
because
frightening.
seeing your photos going to conventions and stuff like that, that ignited my urge to check them out myself again. I
Really?
think it's about 10 years ago. I saw all your photos. Oh, this is amazing.
Oh,
I didn't realize. I think it was. I
That's
think
worth it for that.
I think I knew you could meet celebrities and movie stars, but I always presumed it would be the bigger ones. But seeing all your photos with all these people from the films I love, the lesser known people, I was like,
You're
holy
allowed to
shit.
say Z-lister. You can say
Yeah,
Z-lister.
I'd love to meet those people. So that got me pretty obsessed for a while before prices got out of control.
Oh, dude. Again, that's conventions are another thing like Pledge and the Record Store Day. They just sacked one of every penny out of us, didn't they? And we stopped going. There was a core of us that were going all the time, but we were, oh man, we were hardcore. We would
Yeah.
be proper, like on an 80s music video, they open the gates and you run to the front. We were like that, running to the front of the NEC or wherever to meet everyone. There was a few of us. It was my friend Ian, my friend Matthew. We used to go, my friend Luke, and we would go and we were methodical. We had posters, proper proper like telescopic tubes with all the posters in and all this. And then we'd get stuff signed and we'd rush off. We'd have like a safe space that we would have spotted. Check the exits in case there's an emergency. No, we'd be checking with a bit of flat floor to roll all our stuff out so nothing would smudge. And the one day, this is a true story, Jason Momoa came up to us. Jason Momoa, before he was Aquaman, before all the ladies loved him. I think he was there. He was in Stargate Atlantis, I think. He was signing because of that. We were sat on the floor like, oh, what is this dry? We're touching the bits of all our autographs before we roll them up. And Momoa was like, oh, guys, this is really cool. And he's come over to us looking at all our posters. And nobody believes us. Nobody believes us. But we didn't care. We were like, who's this? He looked really cool. He's a cool guy. He had all dreadlocks at the time. We were like, who's this guy like? And he's like, whoa, look at this. Return the Living Dead, man. And all this.
So good, man. That's wicked.